Okay, let us do this. This is quite easy. Let us do this. Flammability diagram and the flammability range. Flammability diagram and the flammability range. Now, the entire purpose of inert gas, you will find the requirement for inert gas is in Solas chapter 2, part 2. Anybody can tell me what is the name of that chapter? Solas chapter 2, part 2. Solas chapter 2, part 2.
Sir, fire protection, fire detection, and
fire protection. Yes, fire protection. So the entire purpose of the flammability diagram is with respect to fire protection. So and also the inert gas, basically. Inert gas also, the requirement is pretty much the same. So flammability diagram में क्या होता है? We'll have the x-axis and y-axis. Please draw with me. Please draw with me. We'll have the x-axis and y-axis. Along the x-axis, we have oxygen percentage by volume. Oxygen percentage by volume. So let's make a mark here, 5, 10, 15, 20, and Hamara normally in the air is 21. So let us make a mark here, 21. So that is where my oxygen percentage is going to be. Any doubts so far? Are you okay? Any issues? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, on the left side also, we will make some marking with the volume of hydrocarbon. Five, let's say 10, let's say 15. This is hydrocarbon gases in percentage by volume. Hydrocarbon gases in percentage by volume. Now it has been found that if 15 के आसपास volume will be there for hydrocarbon, the percentage of oxygen will reduce to somewhere around 18. So it will be somewhere around here. करीब यहाँ पे. Now this is where I'm going to draw the first line, that is this one here. Right? This line, what it represents is, the ratio of hydrocarbon to oxygen, right? This is what it represents.
सर ये जो सर्कल है आपने 15 के सामने ही ड्रॉ किया.
15 के साथ में ना, this circle is somewhere इसके हिसाब से अगर 15 degrees आ जाएगा the volume of hydrocarbon in the tank, then the oxygen volume is likely to reduce to somewhere around 18%. So that is exactly what I have drawn. Roughly, it comes to that. Roughly, it comes to that. Any doubts so far? Are we okay? Are we able to follow?
Yes.
ये लाइन स्लैंट क्यों बनाया हुआ?
Line slant इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि you see at the x-axis, at this point here, at this point hydrocarbon is 0, so oxygen is 21%. At this point, oxygen has to reduce because my hydrocarbon is 15%. So as the volume of hydrocarbon goes up, right? The volume of hydrocarbon goes up, oxygen has to reduce. So therefore the line becomes slant. Are you able to understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Hydrocarbon का volume जैसे बढ़ेगा, assuming that all other factors remain same. So oxygen का volume has to come down, isn't it? That is
Yes, sir.
exactly what is going on here. That is exactly what is going on here. Are we okay on that part?
सर ये क्या लिखा है रेशियो ऑफ HC विद
Hydrocarbon to oxygen, O2. Now we need to mark the area in which the gas mixture of hydrocarbon to oxygen will not support combustion. So we need to mark that area in which the gas concentration will not support oxygen. More interesting would be to mark the area where the flammable mixture will support combustion. So यानी कि in which condition can we have the, if I ignite the gas, it is going to explode or it is going to burn. So under what conditions? तो उसके लिए it has been found that roughly around नीचे में 2% यहाँ पे डाल देंगे 2%, ऊपर में somewhere around 10%, and as far as oxygen is concerned, oxygen, if it reduces to less than 12%, it is not going to happen. Now I'm going to just make the sketch in this way. I'm going to just
Sir,
make
upper
the
limit
sketch
is 10.
somewhere around 10 के आसपास, करीब towards 10. This is very close to 10. I will not mark those, yeah. I will remove all of this, but roughly around 10, 2%, and this is around 12%. Karib. This is how. So when you make the sketch in the paper, please don't use this, but you keep it for your reference only. Bolo.
सर 12% क्या है सर जो कर्व में?
12% oxygen x axis पे 12%. That is where the curve is going to go back. ठीक है? And this mixture here will be the flammable mixture. So this is where I will just make the highlight. This area is where I have the flammable mixture. So my idea is that whenever I'm doing any operations on the ship, my gas concentration in the tank must never ever enter this flammable mixture. That is the whole idea. Any doubts? Any doubts? Are we able to follow so far? Guys, very important question. Are we able to follow this?
Sir, can you repeat please?
The idea is that the gas concentration inside the gas mixture that is inside a tank should never be within this range. For example, let us say I'm having 5%, let us say my oxygen is 15% and my hydrocarbon is 5%. That will give me here. I don't want this to happen. It should never be here. It should be always outside. And for this reason, what we are doing is we are not going more than 8% in the tank. So if I have inerted tank, I will always maintain at 8%.
मतलब कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन इसके बीच में नहीं होना चाहिए फ्लेमेबल मिक्सचर.
Yes, this is my inerted tank.
Sir,
In the inerted,
जो extra जो लिया है.
in the inerted tank, it is 8%. बोलो. What is that?
सर ये 8% सर सेफ्टी के लिए ज्यादा है क्योंकि ये तो मतलब 10 या 11 के आसपास है तो हम वहां तक भी मतलब जा
What
सकते
what type of ship you are working on?
ऑयल टैंकर ही सर
Oil tanker. How easy is it to measure the percentage of oxygen in all parts of the tank? We have a, let us say we have a product tank, a tank with petrol or something like that, which was carrying petrol. Now it is empty, and it is a 15,000 meter cube tank or a 10,000 meter cube tank. How easy is it to measure the oxygen percentage and hydrocarbon percentage at each and every corner of the tank?
It is difficult, sir.
It is difficult. We can use only the that alleged pocket.
Yeah, we can only measure from some few places. So based on that reading, we are going to keep it at 8%, right? And that does not mean that the whole tank will have 8%. We are only able to measure at some few places. This is the reason.
सर ऐसा भी है क्या ये फ्लेमेबल डायग्राम कुछ कुछ कार्गोस के लिए थोड़ा अलग हो मतलब
अलग होगा, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल अलग होंगे, बिल्कुल अलग होंगे.
हाँ सर क्योंकि
But generally this will be pretty much the same. Generally this will be pretty much the same. But the LEL, that is the explosive limits here and here, they are going to change based on the actual cargo, based on the actual cargo which was there previously. Now, what is the purpose of this flammability diagram? The purpose of this flammability diagram is that when we measure the vapor in the tank, and then what do we want to do with this? So let us say we measure the vapor in the tank is around 12% hydrocarbon, right? And maybe 5% oxygen. Let us say we have measured and we found that that point we come to here. Yahan pe hai. That is this point. Now, what happens if I do gas freeing directly? What happens if I do gas freeing directly? So if I do gas freeing directly, it is going to go from there to 21%, that is here. And this is passing through the flammable mixture. So can we do this?
No, sir.
Then what do we need to do?
No, sir.
Sir,
So first we will do
introduction of
purging.
inert gas.
Yeah, first we will do purging. So by purging, we are going to bring down this hydrocarbon level niche, maybe 5%. Yeah, even uske niche leke aayenge somewhere maybe around here. So this is purging. So when we do purging, we have brought it down to somewhere around here. And better still, I bring it down further, little bit, thoda sa aur agar lenge, maybe about
Less than 2%.
Yeah, less than 2%, that will be the best. So we bring it down here, where oxygen, agar thoda badega to theek hai, agar nahi badega, if it is reduced also, it's good enough. But no need to be too harsh on that. But at least we can bring it down to hydrocarbon less than 2% by volume, right? And from here, if we do gas free, dekho kya hota hai, I can go bypass the flammable mixture, right? Now if I do gas free, I can bypass the flammable mixture. But this one, the red line, it represents direct gas free. And this cannot be done, right? Cannot be done because it passes through the flammable mixture. This is the whole idea of the flammability diagram. Any doubts on this? Any questions you want to ask? Are we clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Remember, some of the examiners in orals, they even ask you to draw it and show it to them. Obviously, written ke liye to this question is there. Very many times this question, I think, has come in the paper. I have not yet gone fully through the papers. I will be going through the papers before I will discuss. But this is a very common question which comes
सर
up.
मतलब सर इसका मेन पर्पस होता है गैस फ्रीइंग के ही टाइम पे डायग्राम यूज होगा ना सर?
Yes. Yes. Whenever we want to change a tank which is in the inerted condition into gas free, whenever I want to introduce, whenever I want to put in oxygen into the tank, that is when I need to take care of it. Now, what are the situations in which I need to put oxygen into the tank? On chemical
man
tankers,
entry.
remember, yeah, for man entry. On chemical tankers, sometimes you need to do squeegee. End of the cargo, somebody has to go down and somebody has to push the cargo.
Yes, sir.
That part also. उसके लिए पैसे अलग से मिलते हैं कि नहीं?
मिलते हैं सर, $800.
Oh, very good. कितने?
$800 सर.
अरे बढ़िया है. And every
पूरा 20 टैंक करो सर तब.
सर 20 टैंक
Yeah.
करो.
अच्छा ठीक है, कम से कम 5 टैंक ही कर लो एवरी पोर्ट. दैट इज गुड इनफ.
ऐसा नहीं है सर, मतलब 20 टैंक भरे हुए तो आपको $800 पर हेड मिलेंगे सर.
या ओके ठीक है. बट एनीवे the concept is more important for the guys who are not sailing on tankers, because you need to understand and you need to reproduce. Yes, Pranav, bolo.
सर जो ग्राफ में हमने अपर लिमिट और लोअर लिमिट लिया हुआ है सर, और
क्या?
ऑक्सीजन कंटेंट 12% लिया है. अगर सर ओरल में पूछ लिया सर्वेयर ने कि आप कैसे डिसाइड करोगे कि इसका अपर एक्सप्लोजिव लिमिट एंड लोअर एक्सप्लोजिव लिमिट लिया है और ऑक्सीजन कंटेंट ऐसा है, प्लीज उसको एक बार कर दीजिए सर.
कहां से डिसाइड करोगे? वेरी इजी, वेरी
MSDS.
वेरी इजी.
MSDS.
MSDS. We will talk about MSDS later on, but this is how it is.
सर मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ, मतलब ये लिमिट के साथ में फिर कैसे पता चलेगा कि 12% या 10% जो भी मतलब मिनिमम ऑक्सीजन रहेगा तो उसके साथ एक फ्लेमेबल ट्रायंगल बनाएगा सर?
Once more, sorry.
मतलब सर ये जैसे अपर लिमिट और लोअर लिमिट हो गया, उसके बाद कितना ऑक्सीजन परसेंटेज चाहिए कि इसका फ्लेमेबल मिक्सचर का ये जो ट्रायंगल बन रहा है ये?
Yeah, if you're in doubt, उसको 8 में लेके आ जाओ ना. What difference it makes? Let us say I've got some doubt, so I find upper limit and lower limit from the MSDS. Now you are not very sure कि ये 12% पे है कि 8% पे है. No problem ना. Solar says 8%, so you extend this curve to 8%. क्या हो गया? What difference it makes? If you are in doubt, you can extend it. Understood?
Understood sir, understood. Thank you sir.
Solas कहता है 8%, so I will extend that curve to 8%. No problem. What difference it makes? I don't have to be 12% exactly.
Understood sir. Thank you sir.
Yeah. So this upper limit is called the upper flammable limit. Sometimes called upper explosive limit. And the words that is used is UFL or UEL, right? We will find this information in MSDS. Lower limit also, it can be called flammable or explosive. This is called LFL or LEL, and you will find this in MSDS. Is that okay?
सर
यस
हाँ बोलो.
सर टैंकर में जब डिस्चार्जिंग होता है तो जैसे डिस्चार्जिंग चलता रहता है उस टाइम पे क्या टैंक में इनर्ट गैस इंसर्ट होता है सर?
Yes, I have a tank. Now the tank is full. Now from one side I will take out the cargo. The piping will be there to take out the cargo. Now this tank is closed, and on the top I have a piping which is bringing in IG. So नीचे से this pipe is going to remove the cargo, and before I start removing the cargo, I will start IG the system. It will keep on pushing inert gas into the tank, and then I will start the pump and I will start removing the cargo. Now I have to maintain minimum pressure in the tank. Yeah, minimum pressure must be maintained. What is the minimum pressure, gentlemen? कितना मिनिमम प्रेशर होना चाहिए?
minus.
Never minus.
Positive
Never minus.
डिस्चार्जिंग के टाइम रखते हैं
सर बैक प्रेशर ना हो सर.
Minimum pressure that needs to be maintained in the tank is 100 millimeters of water gauge, right? How to convert and all that we will see later on, but there is a minimum pressure which needs to be maintained in the tank.
Yes, sir.
And
This
if
is
the
in inerted condition.
Yeah, if of course without inerted condition we will not be discharging cargo, and if you are talking about some vegetable oils and all, that is not petroleum product. Inert gas does not apply to that. ठीक है? So that is how it needs to be maintained.
सर ऐसा कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है क्या 20,000 GRT से नीचे का जहाज हो तो उसको आईजी प्लांट का जरूरत नहीं है?
Yes, that is the SOLAS requirement. That is the SOLAS requirement. SOLAS requirement is that oil tankers 20,000 GRT and above, they must have inert gas plant. We will look at that separately. अभी के लिए ये is this clear कि नहीं? This is a very very important topic. I hope you have made the sketch, because
Yes.
most of the places where you will find the sketch will be given something like this. Everywhere, including your ISGOT also, you will find the sketch something given like this. So you have AF, you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, ऐसे ऐसे करके. By the time you find out, you will find that you are already mixed up. तो ये dilution with air इसका क्या मतलब है, and dilution with inert gas इसका क्या मतलब है? This means nothing but direct gas freeing. Dilution with air is direct gas free. Dilution with inert gas is purging. So it is better to use the words that are technical words. I don't like this using of the because ये जो dilution with air and dilution with inert gas, जो words that they have used, this wording is used by क्या कहते हैं उसको, researchers, you know, जो research कर रहे हैं या जो studies कर रहे हैं, professors and researchers, they are using these words. We are operators. We will use the words gas freeing and purging. Is that okay?
सर डायग्राम में ये भी बनानी पड़ेंगे सभी सर, ये पर्जिंग और ये वाले लाइंस.
Yes, that's the whole point. You have to show why, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Because without those lines, your diagram is not complete. Right?
Sir, A oxygen इसमें जो लास्ट में दिया है उसको हम 20.9 लिखेंगे कि 21 लिखेंगे?
21. We will use 21.
पर सर सब जगह 20.9 मेजर किया जाता है, चेकलिस्ट में भी 20.9 ही लिखा जाता है.
ठीक है, 20.9 checklist में is okay. IMO says 21%, ISGOT says 21%, we use 21%. It's simple.
Okay.
Okay, bhai, now comes another part. This will be homework. I'm going to quickly go through this one. And this will be your homework. 1 minute, let me reduce. Are you able to see the sketch?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
देख के कैसा लग रहा है sketch?
Block diagram.
Flue gas uptake will come from boiler. right? There is a valve here. So the cross marks that I am drawing, they are all valves. Then we have the scrubber. Scrubber में क्या होता है? नीचे से we will do this separately. Scrubber से it is going to come up, and then from there we are coming into the blowers. So there are two blowers. These are valves. Cross वाले जो हैं, they are all valves. Right? This is the inlet valve to the blower, outlet valve to the blower. So inlet and outlet. And then we have the valves. Then we have the blowers. What are blowers? Blowers are large fans, similar to engine room fans. Engine room fans, everybody has seen. Same like that. These blowers are there in that pipeline. They are going to suck the inert gas which is coming from the scrubber, and they are going to push it towards the deck. Uske baad mein, then we have a regulating valve here. Right? Regulating valve ke baad mein, here we have a vent valve. Then we have a deck seal. Then we have a non-return valve. Uske baad isolating valve. Give me a moment, please. Hello. Yeah, good morning. I'm Captain Anish from Bye. Okay. So then we have the deck seal. Deck seal ke baad mein we have another valve, that is the isolating valve. Then we have the PV breaker, and these are our tank valves. So all the squares or the X's that I have marked in the squares, these are all your valves. All the X's are valves. What is the purpose of valves? Purpose of valves is to regulate the flow. You want the liquid or gas to go through, or you don't want to go through. If you want to go through, how much you want to go through? The purpose of valves is that, right? What is the purpose of valves? To regulate the flow. You are using the valves day in and day out, fire line, air line, water line, whatnot. So about the deck seal, about the scrubber, and about the PV breaker, we will talk separately, but this is a block diagram. कम से कम ये वाला बना के आना है. If the question comes regarding a block diagram, are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it is manageable now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now let me very quickly explain what is the purpose of the scrubbers. The scrubber is for cooling and cleaning. That's all it does. Cooling and cleaning. So the gas which is coming out from the boiler is very, very dirty, very, very hot. So we need to cool down, we need to clean it. That is the purpose of the scrubber. There is a freshwater spray inside which is going to do all that purpose. And from there it is going to go into the, or what is the purpose of the demister? Anybody? Demister सुना है कि नहीं?
To remove moisture.
Yes, sir.
What it will do?
Remove
वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स वगैरह सब
सर वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स और मॉइस्चर
स्मोक पार्टिकल्स भी करेगा सर.
प्लस वो
Yes,
पार्टिकल्स
correct,
भी नहीं जाने
correct,
देता.
correct. It is going to absorb the moisture. It is going to absorb the moisture plus particles. Moisture plus particles. It is going to, because the gas which is passing through the water, obviously it will be very, very wet. We don't want the wet gas to go into the blower and then into the tank, but the demister will act for drying up that particular part. But the main problem is also particulate matters. So that particulate matter also it is going to catch carbon particles mainly. Demister is going to catch. Now then it just the IG blower it will keep on pushing the अपना क्या कहते हैं? It will keep on pushing, huh? Yeah, it will keep on pushing the flue gas into the tank area. Now tank area, वहाँ पे there is a isolating valve. How the isolating valve works, I will discuss it in the next class. The isolating and the regulating valve, it will maintain the pressure in the line. Next comes the deck seal. The purpose of the deck seal is to prevent backflow. Prevent backflow of gases from the hazardous area to the non-hazardous area. यानी कि यहाँ पे we have got very high hydrocarbon content in the gases. So if this hydrocarbon content goes back, there can be explosion. There has been explosion. So deck seal purpose is to seal the gas that is coming in, and it will not allow any backflow of gases, right? So that is the purpose of this deck seal. That is also the purpose of the non-return valve. We call it as NRV, non-return valve, and then isolating valve. So many, the purpose is that. The PV breaker, it is a SOLAS device. It is going to stop what we call the prevent under pressurization or over pressurization. Or over pressurization. That is the purpose of the pressurization of the system. This is the purpose of the PV breaker. It is not a venting device. It is a SOLAS requirement. It is a safety barrier. And then we have the valves going into the different tanks. And mass riser is a common vent system. That is a separate issue. So please make a sketch, make a note, get the sketch